Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay guys, we are from third group and we are going to explain about our material. The topic is about interpersonal meaning. Okay, my name is Ira Apriani Matonda as the first speaker. Okay, we talk about the definition first. The interpersonal meaning is concerned with the interaction between speaker or writer and listener or reader. Its function is to enabling of exchange roles in rhetorical interactions such as statements, questions, offers, and comments. Interpersonal meaning focus on the interactivity of the language and concerns the ways in which we expound one another through language. In either spoken text or written text, an interlocutor expects to tell listener or reader via text. This means that each text has a relationship between provider of information and recipient of information. In declarative, the information is provided from the interlocutor to a listener or reader. The former is a provider of information and the latter is a recipient of information. But in the interrogatives, we can see the opposite movement of information. The interlocutor expects to receive answer from a listener or reader. This shows that the former is a recipient of information and the latter is a potential provider of information. Okay, I think that's all from me and the next explanation will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Astarisa Adia Safira. So for this occasion, I just wanted to adding the explanation of interpersonal meaning that already explained by Ira Apriani. So we already know that the definition of interpersonal meaning as a means of connecting relationship between humans, yaitu alat penyambung antara hubungan manusia. In either spoken text and a written text. If a spoken text is between speaker and a listener, if a written text is between writer and a readers. In these meta functions, the main focus discussed is the functions of a language as a tool bridge human relationships. We can analyze how close a person with the interlocutor only by using these tools. For the example, the words of a crazy you. We cannot say that expression is the sarcastic or a rude. If the word of the crazy you is uttered by the close friend, that means it's just joking, right? So in these cases, we can see that language is no longer just a matter of word choice and the rules of a structure, but also about who is the user. Dan dalam kasus ini kita tidak hanya bisa melihat penggunaan pemilihan kata ataupun strukturnya, tetapi kita harus juga melihat siapa penggunanya. The uses of creates the social role and relationship in a text. By using model words of phrases, the interlocutor can decide his or her own positioning in communication with a listener or a reader. As a result, it can be said that interlocutor can produce various levels of interactivity by the choice of text forms as well as vocabulary in the various social contexts. Okay, next.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hanafi. I'm from group interpersonal meaning. I would like to explain about my material, and that's mine is the types of interpersonal meaning. The first one is mood structure. The mood structure of the clauses refers to the organization of the set of functional constituents including constitutional subject. In the interpersonal meaning, a clause is analyzed from the mood structure, which consists of mood element and residue elements. The mood elements consist of subject and finite. Subject is realizes the thing by a reliance to which the proposition can be affirmed or denied. Subject is one of the mood elements which is realized by a nominal group or nominal embodied clause which function is to infinite an action or event. City, the example, city clean the dirty table. City is subject, clean, finite and predicator, and the dirty table in complement, mood and residue. Thank you, that is mine, enough here. Thank you to the next chapter or the next material in explanation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wahyudi Asari and now I will continue the next explanation about finite. So here finite in terms of its function in the clause to make the finite proposition definite, to answer the proposition in a way that people can agree about it. Jadi finite verb di sini merupakan bentuk kata kerja yang mengandung tenses present dan past yang dipengaruhi oleh agreement dan subjeknya, dan juga dipengaruhi oleh number atau jumlah. Contohnya, she goes to school. Jadi kata goes di sini merupakan bentuk finite verbnya karena itu adalah present tense dan juga dipengaruhi oleh subjeknya she. And the next residue elements. Residue elements for those elements which are not included in the mood elements. Residue elements consist of the predicator, complement, and adjuncts. Okay, I think that's all for me. We go to the next explanation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lestika Nurharap and I will continue the next explanation about mood structure. And the next is predicator. Predicator is seems like a predicate in same case, and predicate is a part in a sentence that contain an action or so an action. For example, bye-bye went home. Bye-bye here as the subject and went home is a predicate. Why? Because from the predicate went home, we can know what the bye-bye do or so an action. And the next is adjuncts. Adjuncts here is the ending in the sentence. Adding a part in the sentence to be add or adjuncts. For example, Hannah helped Tari in Central Park. In Central Park, here is the adjuncts. Why? Because adjuncts. Because Central Park here just adjuncts to supplementary the important part in the sentence. The important one is helped. And this all explanation for me, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nirailani Siregar. Okay, I will explain about speech function and mood type. Okay, the first is speech function. Speech function is a way of someone's daily first idea in communication to make listeners understand the ideas well. Speech function itself can be defined into four kinds. The first one is statement, question, comment, and a verb. And the next is motif. Motif in English depends on the position of the subject and defined in the clause. There are two main categories in motif, indicative and imperative moods. The first is indicative mood. Indicative mood tell the readers or listeners something factual. This mood is generally used in making a statement or asking for a statement by a question. The statement can be factual or presume on the factual. Example, where are you go? And I'm going to Texas. And the next, imperative mood. Imperative mood make a verb into a command of request. It always uses the second person as the subject of the sentence, and most of the time, and the subject remains hidden. Example, bring the bottle over here. And the next, make me a cup of tea please. Okay, I think that's all for me. Assalamualaikum